Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. And to a certain extent, but possibly a lesser extent, hello. Definitely a lesser extent, there are fewer hellos in there. How are we doing? Are we alright? Well, welcome to British summertime. It's far too light outside. It's very disorienting. I feel like I'm very early. Yeah. It's Strem. Welcome to Uncreative Strem, where I intend to draw as many of the bosses of Final Fantasy V as I can. Not guaranteeing all of them, because there are, I think, about 56 in total. The idea behind this one is, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy V. There's a randomizer, it's called Career Day. It's very good. But the other, it's a lot, yes. But the other idea is to try and do this where instead of trying to draw it properly, I just draw like a little cartoony version of it. So it shouldn't take too long, fingers crossed, he says, to do each individual one. So I'm just going to draw a little cartoony, sort of somewhere in between the battlefield sprite and the actual drawing. Not the battlefield sprite, the field sprite and the battlefield sprite. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, Final Fantasy V. It's a game. It's a good game. I recommend it. If you like your Final Fantasy with a side helping of who gives a damn what the story's saying, and just have fun, 5's the one for you. It's almost a parody of itself. How you doing, Ragdoll? You alright? I like all your suggestions about things for 16 symbols with the... I like the, what are they called? Splints or the hand things? What are they called? Yeah, splints, that is the word, yeah. Why did I think? I always think of a splint as wooden. Don't know why. Does anyone follow the story in FF? Some of them, yes. I haven't given you the best examples. And let's face it, 5 is also not a best example. 9's pretty good until about the 2/3 mark, and then it all falls apart. But people like 6. I hear. It's not really my thing. I'm not really making a good case for it, am I? Hi, Jib. Hi, Miss. How are we all doing? Are we well? Oh, I'm running over cables again. Oh, dear. Wonderful. Anyway, I don't have a list of the bosses. I'm just going to try and do it from memory where possible. I have done, in the last few weeks, I think 7 playthroughs of the game with a randomizer. Tired, I understand. You want your hour back. Well, fortunately for me, the cat woke me up at 2:30, so I don't know what time is anymore. You're well, drawing Grandma Bonk. Yeah. Good old Grandma Bonk. We shall meet her again, because once we've met a character, they can crop up whenever we want. It's only when you first meet them that you need a symbol. Yeah. I guess we better start, because we don't have an awful lot of time. I also have no idea whether I'm going to get copyright strikes for the soundtrack in the background, but it's quite nice. It's a nice soundtrack. Yeah. Let's hop on over to... You still can't reach out on this. Got to sort that out. 9 is good until it catches the final boss out of left field disease that FF is prone to. See, to me, I understand that, definitely. But A, I have no idea what a final boss would be, apart from just, you know, more Kuja. That's also an underwhelming story. But basically everything... Oh, hello. Exciting music. Things are happening. Everything from, like, basically as soon as planets get involved, it all falls apart. Once the main characters stop being Vivi and Garnet and starts focusing on, you know, whoever it is you're controlling, whatever his name is, I don't know. You're paranoid you'd be late for work this morning, so was awake checking the time almost every hour. Oh, that's annoying. That's not the way things should be. Anyway, this track's called Hurry Hurry, and I think that should be a sign that I better get cracking. Right, okay, well, oh, I don't want to pencil that big, my word. Right, cool. Boss numero 1. It's the Wing Raptor. You know it. Everyone loves it. It's the obligatory FF boss where, you know, it'll change form halfway through the fight, and if you hit it when it's in that form, it's gonna hit you back. Oh no! So it's got like half of its fight is, I guess the neck probably needs to be a bit longer. Yeah, there are about like 4 Final Fantasies in a row, is it? I think it started in 4. And then it's in 5. It's in 6. It's also in 7, where the first boss has exactly the same gimmick, which is it'll change form halfway through, and if you attack it when it's in that form, it's gonna hurt you. Funbird, not Funbird. Wing Raptor. Also, the translation, Final Fantasy V, not good. So some of these bosses are going to have strange names. I think Wing Raptor is acceptable for now, but... So yeah, so for half of this fight, its wings are spread open and it's going to attack you. And for the other half, it's covering itself up with its feathers. And if you attack it when it's covering itself up, whoa, it's going to scratch you with its claws. Leave it alone, it wants privacy. This is the Guardian of the Wind Temple. I won't spoil much of the story because, quite frankly, there's not a lot of story to spoil. There's a bit with the talking turtle. That's fun. And quite a lot of that scene, I think, is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He does talk about eating pizza. Again, this one doesn't take itself seriously. I think that's why I like it. So there we go. The other thing I like about this game is that because you can change your party's stuff on the fly, you'll pardon the expression while I'm drawing a bird, the bosses can be basically gimmick bosses where you've got to work out the puzzle in order to beat them. What is their weakness? And there are lots of tools at your disposal, so good luck. Whereas with something like 4 or whatever, you're pretty much stuck with whatever party you've got. Give it a tail. There we go, Wing Raptor. Done. A little more detailed than I was expecting. Yes, I was expecting even simpler than this. That's what we got. What? Wing Raptor. Cool. Moving on. That took 3 minutes, that's too long. Carl. I don't really know how to draw this. So Carl, speaking of bad translations, Carl, yes. Carl is a lobster. For reasons hitherto unexplained. Naturally. I believe, so yeah, there are various different translations of the game. I don't know why you've got horns, but you have now. In various different translations of the game, there are differing levels of accuracy of translation, and I believe in the game, in the version I had, the PlayStation 1 version, this was called Carl Boss. There's a boss called Carl. Isn't that nice? I believe normally it's called Carlabos, as all one word, Carlabos. I don't know what that means. Yeah, you just have legs now. It's fine. Hi Dark, how you doing? Welcome to me attempting to draw 50 bosses in 2 hours. Things got like a little tail. This is your obligatory, hey, guess what? Some bosses have weaknesses. And this thing that just jumped out of the sea, guess what? It's weak to electricity. But also, guess what? You are weak to big old lobster claws. So look out for that. I like this more cartoony way of doing things. Because I don't have to worry about details, and I can just make a silly little lobster. This isn't a boss, this is a Neopet. There's some stuff coming up, it's fine. Carl the Lobster. Sounds like a very intimidating boss. It is. You're good, have KFC. Wonderful. This does just look like a good boy. They're all good boys, apart from the fact that they're attacking you. But you invaded its territory first. It did do bad things to you. But that's spoilers, so. Yeah. That's 2. This is Carl. Boss number 3. What do we got? We have... There's the first humanoid boss, I guess. A perfectly ordinary floating woman, who is definitely not a siren that lures ships onto the rocks to crash. Oh look, you died. Don't worry if you think I'm going to spoil the story by showing you all the bosses. The vast majority of the bosses have absolutely nothing to do with the story. It's fine. Sweet. I've just realised I put the soundtrack on and there's one particular piece of music in this game that drives me nuts. So I'll let you know when that crops up. I personally blame Miss for reasons that will become apparent. So yeah, this is Siren, which is perfectly normal. Do not worry about it. What could she possibly do to you? She's just a normal floating woman, it's fine. And then there's phase 2. In which she goes all zombie. I don't know why she goes all zombie. But this is your obligatory Final Fantasy boss of, hey, guess what? Undead things. You can hurt them by healing them. Or you can just set this on fire. Very weak to fire. Three. Siren. Start of the week versus the end of the week. How it started versus how it's going. Next. Good question. What is next? Okay. Magissa, I guess, which is another humanoid. I don't really know what she looks like. She's sort of like a evil huntress sort of person. This way around, right? Cool. Oh, the 16 symbol stuff in FF Talk has you wanting to stream FF12 tomorrow. Well, forgive me if I possibly don't join on that one, because... spoilers. I'll play it one day, it's fine. I might, maybe the beginning. The beginning should be fine. Yeah. So this is. I have no idea. This doesn't look anything like them, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's poison on the arrow. Don't worry about it. I think she's also wearing a dress. So yeah, it was the start of 16 Symbols that made me want to look stuff up about Final Fantasy things, and there was a randomizer for this game, and it's a good time. Wearing a dress? Don't know. She is now. Shouldn't spend too long on this because this is only half the fight. Because halfway through, she's got like plants going around, I imagine. Halfway through, she calls on her boyfriend, who's big. He has a little ponytail. I believe this happy chap's name is Forza, which I'm reliably informed is a car thing as well. I can't remember there being anything spoiler-worthy until like 4 to 5 hours in, like a normal playthrough, not the way you did it. Cool. Marvellous. Well, to be fair, I don't even know the setup, so I guess that's also a... Can have you as big old fists. He's not this big, but you know. She doesn't look like that either. Yeah, these two just turn up and are just horrible to you. For no reason. Again, they come out of nowhere. So how's everybody's weekend been going? Hope everyone's had a wonderful time. I did a drawing of the candle and played some Final Fantasy. Also did a bunch of other stuff yesterday, but today was a relaxy day. Yeah. So I have no idea what's going on with this head. It's fine. A little soul patch. Yeah, so this is, what was it, number 4? Magissa and Forza. They just turn up and are annoying. What's after that? With a bit of grinding, you can play for the first quarter of the game unarmed and do more damage than any weapon until you meet the first summon. You love the leveling system in that game. That sounds like 8. You can just break 8. What am I doing? What comes after this? Galura? Oh, I guess Shiva. We should probably do Shiva. More humanoids. More feminine humanoids. She's sitting down. I don't know why. She has like flowers around her head for some reason. And she's like blowing you a kiss. I don't know if she has hair. She's like an ice summon witch thing. But the sprite is very low res. I'm just going to assume you have a bit of hair up there. It's very difficult to see what's going on with this. Give her sort of Tinkerbell style. Sort of like that. So. This is not working out. So here's what we do. That's what we do. And if you disagree, well, we can have words. We can have some cross words, let me tell you. You know, with like clues and I'm not good at the cryptic ones, but we can try. How do legs work? Like this and then like that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I blame you, miss. You're looking back after hunting references. Oh, Aziraphale. Aziraphale? Huh? What percentage of the bosses are humanoid ladies? I think that's it. She's accompanied by 3 guards, but I can't be bothered to draw it. This is 5 Shiva. She's also optional, but I decided to draw her anyway. Galura, I guess. This is not a humanoid lady, by the way. That's just a mammoth. It's Galura. They're a big old friend. You literally find them early on in the game playing with a little girl. Because they're a big old friend. Anyway, the bagpipes have stopped. And round mammoth. Very round. Big round friend. Again, Jurassic Park, but with mammoths. It'd be great. Tim Grump. He's in a grumpy mood. Six. Galura! Were these the mammoths I was sorting yesterday? I hope not. It would make him even more grumpy. That was an easy one, wasn't it? Next. Liquid Flame. They're on fire. About as much as you can say about this boss. They are most assuredly on fire. Actually, is it right to say they're on fire if they're just fire? They're just fire. Feuer frei. Guess what element this is to do with? That's right, it's the wind shrine. But that's Form 1. Form 2! Form 3! The one that is the bane of all artists. This is the boss music, by the way. Yay! Not the best boss music in the world, but it's good. So yeah, this boss changes forms. Occasionally they're a person, occasionally they're a cyclone, occasionally they're a hand. I don't know why I had them finger gunning. It's fine. I can't remember what pose the actual one's in. Yeah. This is 7. Liquid Flame. It's an Oobs! Hi, how you doing? Here's a quick recap of all the bosses we've drawn. We have drawn Wing Raptor, having a good time. Carl, also having a good time. Siren, having less of a good time. Magister and Forza, having a whatever time that is. Shiva, you blowing your sparkly kiss. Galura, just not having a good day. And Liquid Flame, doing the finger guns. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, each form does something different. I can't remember. You kill them quite quickly. What's next? Oh yeah. Iron Claw? Iron Claw's weird. Even by this game standards, they're weird, because they're apparently like, they're a famous bounty hunter, Iron Claw, and you hear about them, you're like, ooh, I wonder what this looks like, and then you come across this thing, and it's like, what? I expected you to be human. This looks like it should be spoilers for Final Fantasy X. Glura's one hell of a mood. they're glaring at you. Yeah. Also, hi, Oobs. Hi, how you doing? You're not the only one who thinks these names sound like they could belong in Metal Gear. Well, they're poorly translated, so yeah. No, I think, yeah, Iron Claw. Liquid Flame. That's pretty much it. Something like that. Neat. Here. You're doing good. Trying once again to draw. Marvelous. So am I. Iron Claw. You can actually, fun fact about Iron Claw, you can defeat them without ever actually seeing them. So that's fun. To the extent that I forgot that they were a boss. Next. What do we do next? We have... Ifrit. Or as we named them before, Simbashanks. No cartoony stuff today. No worries. Look here, I'm strong. Horns are weird. Yes. Metal Gear. Is there a noodle in this game? There's a noodle. We can do a noodle. Don't know why I made them quite so chibi in this. This is another one of those bosses that's just sort of there. And by that I mean all of the bosses in the game. They're all just sort of there. Hang on, quick brain scan. I don't think there's a horse boss, so we're fine. He's the god of hellfire, don't you know? Yes, Arthur Brown. Looks at your tiefling OCs. Safe from my bullying today. Well, that can't do. Well, I'd have to compliment Moffat or something. 9, sorry. This is 9. This is Simbashanks. Lovely. Moving on. It's not a panda, is it? It's Biblos. Looks like a cross between a demon and Arthur from Arthur. Also horns, I think. That's you, bully. I mean, this isn't a panda, but not a panda. Biblos. But I like them. Pretty sure the soundtrack has now overtaken us, so that's lovely. I think it's supposed to be a sort of goat demon thing, but... you know. They live in a book. Hence the name Byblos. See, if I was in charge of Byblos' design, I'd probably make his tail like a bookmark or something. Yeah, close enough. 10. Byblos. We're approximately 30 minutes in, and I've done 10 out of 50. This is not going too quickly. The book's only a couple of inches tall. It's a big book. It's a very big book. Remember that book in Dark Souls 2 in the house in Majula? It's bigger than that. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh. What's after that? It's this is where the story gets a bit fuzzy for me. It's not Sandworm yet. It's you get the thing, you do the thing, then you go down to the thing. Then you get the thing. That is Sandworm, isn't it? Yeah, Sandworm. So Sandworm is accompanied by friends, by which I mean 3 holes in the ground. And the Sandworm intermittently pops up out of one of them. It's Whack-A-Worm, basically. It's like quicksand holes. And if you accidentally attack a hole where there's not a worm, you get hit by gravity spells, which I'm assuming is code for you fall in a hole. Just do part 2 stream of the rest next week, it's fine. No. However. You tripping down the stairs. Oh no, the gravity spells! I'm weak to Demi. Gravija, you have foiled me again. That's pretty good Sandworm. It's fuzzy. It's more spiky, but it looks fuzzy here, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's Whack-A-Worm. That's it. Again, most of these bosses are gimmick fights. It's quite fun. Sandworm. Probably all one word. Maybe not. I'll leave enough space between the D and the W for you to make up your own mind. What's after that? After that, it's Carl's brother. This one's wearing a hat. They're not really. It's the same sprite, just a different colour. I can't remember what this one's called. Our first palette swap. So in a hat, it's not even a danger noodle. Is the next one a danger noodle? Next one might be a danger noodle. Oh, I have forgotten. There's one you can. There's an optional one I forgot, which we can go back and do. Yeah. So this is who's this? Sandworm. Sandworm. This isn't Dune. So it's their brother. What more do you need to know? This is I'm trying to remember the name, the actual name. Doesn't matter, but okay, this is Kevin Boss. To go with Carl Boss. Ramu. Ramu posture. Oh, if I hurry up, I might be able to catch up with the soundtrack. Oh no, because there's 2 bosses before this. Yeah, that's pretty much Ramu. Recurring lightning summon. It's Merlin! It is. Good to see the Lorax has found more work. You find him in a forest, actually, so... Nothing. Loramux. Next, it's a cannon. It's a weird cannon thing. It's like got a laser beams. Got like tubes and buttons and inexplicably every now and then in a Final Fantasy game you just get something that's way too technologically advanced for the world it's in. And usually as a consequence of the ancients. Which makes little sense. The ancients had vastly superior technology. There's like tubes and things. Desperately trying to make this not look like a penis. It's hard, you know? Because it does. So I'm just gonna... It's almost worse. Can't remember what this is called. It's the something cannon. Plasma cannon? Something. Embrace the penis. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the tubes don't look great either, to be perfectly honest. We're gonna move on. Terms of service. So noodle. A noodle that is not a penis. Oh, stop it, computer. Thank you for the much needed giggle. Yeah, you're welcome, and I apologize. Both of those things are true. Oh, you're running way ahead of me in the story now, soundtrack. Like the name of this piece of music is just what? It's a very good question. So this is flying danger noodle, also known as Archaeoavis. It's a flying thing you found in a ruin. Yeah, and it's a snake dragon basically, and I always liked it. I think it might have claws. I can't whistle that high. Yeah. Archaeowatis. Terms of service 15. Archaeoavis. Recognize the noodle with many wings. It's also a noodle with many lives. Because of it has its own gimmick, which is that it just won't die. I mean, it will eventually, but takes a while. Noodle with many wings done. Next. What happens? I don't know what happens next. Oh, Timmy! Timmy! There's Timmy. $16. Adam and Timmy. I don't know why it's called Adam and Timmy, but it is. Grumpurtle. Sure. Next. Puroboros. There we go. 17. Ouroboros. The gist with them is that if you leave them too long, they explode and they hurt. But if you kill them, they immediately revive all of the ones you've killed. So you have to kill them all simultaneously. That's why they're called Puroboros, because they heal each other. Then there's a man in a loincloth who's constipated. Story of my life.
This stream is going to get flagged.
Probably. It's Final Fantasy V, I don't blame them. Oh, hang on, we have a chance to catch up. This music plays before this. Hooray! There we go. This is Titan. He's very angry. Oh wow, blimey! Just a quick appreciation of Chibi's Grandma Bonk art. So this is what Chibi's been doing, and this is what I've been doing. Shall we compare notes? It says we're in for an eggy surprise. Are we talking about this man? Is he gonna fart or something? Two talent, much talent, many talent. I personally, and this, you know, you're welcome to have your own opinion on these matters, but I personally think my favourite part is this. That's my favourite bit. Everything else is technically impressive, but my favourite is Hippo Friend. Okay, what's next? That's we did Timmy, Puroboros, and Titan, so we now need to do Chimera Brain. I can't really remember what's going on with this. It's a bear in a wig. It's meant to be a lion. Whatever. I can't remember what the other head is. There's like 3 heads, isn't there? There's a polar bear in a lion costume, it's fine. There's no way to not make that look creepy. Goat, snake, lion, lion, goat, and snake. So this is just a spare head. Bird feet, probably. Also wings. No idea what this is. This is a Chimera Romanticore. It's called Chimera Brain for some reason. I feel like there's a boss I've missed. I don't really have time. I'm on 19 out of 50, and we're halfway through the stream. I don't have time to really be messing around thinking about it. So, what's the next one? The next one is Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh is a good. This is my Gilgamesh. I think they would approve. In your first fight with them, they leave just after you hit them a bit, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry. There's some things I forgot. I left the iron on. Gotta go take care of that. Sorry." And then they run away. This also counts as boss number 21. You eventually get a good rematch. Gilgamesh is the comic relief of this game. You should actually recognize this, obviously. It's identical. From the Final Fantasy VIII draw through, because of circumstances in this game, they end up cropping up in a lot of games. Part of being good in combat is knowing when you've already lost, and Gilgamesh always loses. Bird, you think Final Fantasy Chimeras have bird heads? Too late now. It was to be announced, so I guess it's too early now. Actually, this is a unit in Clash of Heroes. This is 20. And 21. Gilgamesh. Best character. Always makes me smile when he pops up in the randomizer. Good time. He does it with style. Yeah, next. What comes after that? Tyrosaur? Might be Tyrosaur. Oh god, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna have a quick look up of a reference. Which is not the reference of this. It's just a reference of a thing. Because everyone knows what that thing looks like except me. Okay, so let's just do it like that. Okay, and then something like that, and then something like that, and then like that. Hey, Gilgamesh! This is Gilgamesh's music. This is a terrible picture of this. It's fine, don't worry about it. What is this? Good question! If anyone knows, let me know. It's a very sad looking... If anything's going to get a copyright strike, it's going to be this. So yeah, I'd probably be talking over the top of it, shouldn't I? But here I am, not talking over the top of it. Like some sort of rabble. Sure. This is your obligatory, hey, guess what? If an enemy is decently undead, you can just throw a phoenix down at it and it'll die. He looks either miserable or angry, and you don't know which. That's fair. He looks sad to me, yeah. You can do whatever you want. It's your stream. Cool. And that's in this case. This is Greg. Moving on. Abductor, which is basically just a flying goblin. With a bod. I think it's got like hair. I thought Gilgamesh was 20. Oh, because sorry, I'm doing these by layers. It automatically numbers layers, so. Wait, no, this is my stream. I can do what I want. I've started numbering from 0. It's fine. He's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm here to steal you, because I'm the abductor. Those have inexplicably feathery wings, though. also completely naked. Surprising amount of things in this game are completely naked. You wait till we get to Merigine. Yeah, close enough. You know why they call him the abductor, right? Because of his abs. As a computer scientist, you approve. You're counting from 0. Yes. Who has time to draw clothes? I know. Next. Yes, now I was going to call that layer 21. I'm going to have a dummy layer. Just sitting there doing nothing, just so I can keep the count. He ducts abs. I know. What is next? Doctor. Not this fight. Here you plant. Feed, Miss Seymour. One of the most annoying bosses in the game. In my humble opinion. Now here you plant. A dummy thick layer. Need to go to sleep or something. I disagree. Here you plant. Not actually that annoying. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't hurt you at all. Doesn't do diddly squat. What it does do is it spawns little ones, and they are incredibly annoying. Because they just keep spawning, keep spawning, keep spawning, and keep spawning, and they inflict all your party with lots of status effects, and it's very annoying. So this is very much the race fight, where it's like you race against time. You just gotta get it done quickly as you possibly can. I think we are actually outpacing the soundtrack at the moment, so that's good. Yeah, there we go. 24. Here you plant. That's what it's called. Next. Here you use a dragon, basically. That allows us to fight Gilgi again. Gilgi and friend. Is that hey, about a friend? And who is that friend, you might ask? Well, that's a good question, imaginary person. It is, you guessed it, the one, the only, absolutely unique, never before seen in this draw through this boss brush. No siree, absolutely not. It's Enkidu. Who happens to be another flying goblin naked person. Oh no, the soundtrack's caught up again. Gave him very chunky legs. Hey, it's me. Gilgy and friend. Gilgy and Enki. Cool. Yeah. Then the mouth. I actually really like this design. This is really weird. This is one of the rare occasions where I'll say that Yoshitaka Amano's, like, this is clearly an Amano design, not rather than a belted Nomura design, and it works just really well. It's just all the wibbly wobbly bits and the strange swirls and all that work great. It's basically evil Kirby, because it inhales you. It reminds you of the meme cat. Anyway, this is Atomos. After this became a recurring thing in Final Fantasy games. Crop up every now and then. Isn't Kirby evil? Kirby's neutral. They have no time for good or evil. Blah. What's after that? Oh, we can do Shote. Should probably do that at some point. Oh, I also missed Golem. Let's do that. I don't know why I put its head on the floor. It's fine. I don't really know what the back end of Shote looks like. There's a sentence. I don't really know what the back end of Shote looks like. That sounds like a euphemism for I don't care, you know? Do you think I look like... Do you think I know what the back end of Shote looks like? What music's this? What music is this? Waltz Clavier. I don't remember this at all. I'm going to say it has a tail. Fun fact, again, you might also recognise... Well, you won't recognise it itself, but you might recognise the name, the alternative name that this thing has throughout the series. As well as being called Shote, it's also called Ketoblapas. It also has one eye, for reasons.
Bless you.
Thank you. Back to this creature looks like a guy in a costume. Yeah, there's like a seam there with Velcro. Let's just say you don't know what the back end of shirt looks like. Typing what you're hearing. No, it's 27. Shirt. There we go. Shirt. There we go. Golem. Like shitty goat? Maybe. Its deal is that if it looks at you, you turn to stone. Which is fairly, never heard that before. Whew. That's an original idea. I don't know why my brain wants to say they'll be pushing that boat in the Suez Canal out to the back end of Shoat. I don't know what that means. Gentrified Medusa, you can't believe this. Is this gentrified? Is this what gentrified means? I don't think that's what gentrified means. If it is, I've gotten the word wrong, completely wrong this whole time. Anyway, here's Golem. Golem is arguably the most important thing in the game, as far as gameplay is concerned. Because boy howdy, isn't it nice having a friend who can block all physical damage for you? Thank you, Golem. You're a sweetheart. I apologise that you're not coming off very well in this picture. Standing on uneven ground, it's fine. You get the idea. They don't know words, yet you say them with confidence. What? Oh, is it so sad? When you find him, well actually when you find him first, he throws rocks at you as if to say, go away, leave me alone. But then you find him being attacked by some other things, and then you save him from those things, and he agrees to join you. And I don't know why I'm saying he, it's a golem. They. What's next? Carbuncle. So, okay, so I've drawn Carbuncle in Final Fantasy VIII before, and it's got that big old ears, and it's got a gem on its head, and it's very cute. It's got a little button nose. And isn't it a cute thing? And that is true in this game. That is what Carbuncle looks like when they're your friend. When they're not your friend. So yeah, moral of the story, be friends with Carbuncle, because it may not be advantageous to not be friends with Carbuncle. Hello, darkness, my friend. I've come to reflect with you again. Gilgy! Gilgy number 4. Oh, what's that hole in the floor? I wouldn't ask too many questions, Gilgy. Also, he has the legendary sword of Excalibur. It is definitely actually the sword. And he's definitely going to beat you with it. Oh, I missed a whole chunk of story. We better go back and do that. 30. This is Gilgy number 4. It is this fight where Gilgy gets exiled to the void and ends up cropping up in all the other Final Fantasy games. Good on Gilgy. Right, next. Crystals. It's a pile of crystals. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Simon and Carbuncle. There we are. These are, I believe, the Seal Guardians? This is a fairly important part of the story. Can't believe I forgot it. Anything else going on in this part of the game? I don't think so. Let's move on. Oh yeah, the boss. And you may well ask, aren't these all bosses? And you'd be right. However, this is the boss. This is the antagonist of the game. Can you guess what sort of ridiculous name this friend has? That's not it. Harold? No. That's Carl's other brother. Brother from another lobster. Not sure what sort of weapon this is. It looks weird. Would it also surprise you to know that this is a tree? Whatever it is doesn't fit the image. This is... This is a lot more ornamented than this. Oh, there's lots of swells. Again, very much a Yoshitaka Amano design. These little boots with designs and patterns and squiggles. This is the story of the hare who lost his spectacles. 32. This is Exdeath. What does that mean? I don't know. There's a tree in a suit of armor. I've got like a leaf poking out. Now this is affectionately referred to as Ed. Exdeath. Later we'll meet Ted and Ned. So that's going to be fun. Out of death, he lives outside of death, yes. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the game. I've probably forgotten something, but for now, move on. Antlion, staple of the series. Turbo Exdeath and Naked Exdeath. So you're going back into the Hideo Kojima hole, if you'll pardon the expression. Okay, it's pretty simple. This is Antlion. Cecil is a clever antlion. Two Jethro Tull references in as many minutes. I'm just on a bleeding edge of modern pop music. Oh hey, it's Ed's theme. So then this is when the story falls apart in my brain, and I cannot remember at all what happens next. So I'm just gonna have to go by the randomizers I've done. I'm gonna say the next thing is gargoyles. You fight these quite a lot. Sure. I mean, they're just generic looking gargoyles. I thought I might as well. Oh, that's not how alarms work. I joined the lads. I'm doing no such thing. Unless you count what I'm doing. They come in pairs and you have to kill them both at the same time. There we go. Right. Next up is... Oh wait, hang on, we missed Marigine. Oh god, I've got to draw Marigine. So Marigine, I don't know what Marigine is. It's also like a forest magic thing. But it's just basically a Renaissance painting of a naked lady covered in snakes. This is my Renaissance painting of a lady. You know the sort of thing, you've seen it loads of times. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is or why you fight it now, but you do. Oh no, music's at the end of the game. Oh, I'm nowhere near. One does not simply ask a lady where her snakes come from. Merojem. You certainly do not. Right, next. More gargoyles, then you fight the gargoyles like 4 times. I don't know what order you do things in, so it doesn't matter. Then Stalker. What the hell does Stalker look like? I think it's like a sort of demon-y sort of thing. Might also have some more. So Stalker is an annoying boss. I don't even know why they're called Stalker. I think in the version I used to play when I was young, it was called Stoker. Probably again another mistranslation. Nothing to do with our Stoker, of course. He was very lovely, and there aren't 4 copies of them, 3 of which are immortal. Also naked. There's very much the naked part of the game. But also blue and glowing, so the nakedity probably is somewhat tampered by that. Hampered and tempered, both. I'll give you a tail, why not? And then yeah, 3 identical copies, 2 of whom are immortal, and it will swap between the 4 of them, and as soon as you hit it and do any damage, it will swap again, so you basically have to hit all 4 of them constantly. But if you hit all 4 of them at the same time, it'll attack with a powerful counter-attack, and you'll get hurt, and it's bad. Plot twist, Stoker is a clone. Ooh. Yes, so this is 36. Stalker. What else? We have 15 minutes left is what we have. We're nowhere near. This might go over. What else? Oh, yes, another noodle. I imagine this also has wings, but it's got slightly different wings. So this is series favourite, Leviathan. And they're just a big old noodle with sort of weird drapery coming off them. Gotta admit, this drawing doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but it's fine. That's not what Leviathans look like. It is now. It's my stream. I can do what I want. That's what you said, right? $37. Leviathan. Next. Oh god. I don't even know what these are called. They're just three angry babies. They're all lumpy for some reason. They look like they're about to explode. Okay, maybe that was a niche joke. Even if it was a common joke, I probably wouldn't have got it. You know me and my brain. It's terrible. They also have very small bodies for some reason. Probably contributes to the fact that they look like babies. Yeah, I think one of them's called Triton, one of them's called Phobos. Yeah, they're horrible, I don't like it. Everything supernatural in Supernatural look like regular humans. So they just look rude and you blame Supernatural. That's fair. Yeah, there's 3 of them. And they're all horrible. I hate them. Moving on. Go. Go-Go is just essentially a mass of fabric of all different shapes and colours. You know how whenever you picture a mime, you picture somebody in black and white like Marcel Marceau? Yeah, this is the opposite of that, and yet they are the mime. They are the master mime, the best mime in the world. Or something like that. And you have to fight them underwater for some reason. I've gone full clown on this. Then again, I honestly have no... Look at the sprite of this thing. It's just nuts. Like, I'm going to show you the sprite. It doesn't look anything like what I've drawn. But like, what do you even make? What do you do with it? What do you do with that? Like, I remember the pointy hat. That's something. Anyway, the 39, go. Dramatic. It looks like a Christmas ornament. Can I find like the original art? I mean, yes, it's just like it's so Amano. Like that's the Yoshitaka Amano for you. Also, bonus gargoyle in the background for some reason. Anyway. I think that's Final Fantasy VI one. I don't know about that. I don't know if there's concept art for the original. Go-Go also crops up in multiple places. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on. I can't think of anything else. Oh, Bahamut. I love having to draw loads and loads of things in one go, because you stop being self-conscious about doing massive lines. You have to get stuff done. I was like, hey. How you doing? I'm Bahamut, yes, King of the Dragons. It's me. You should do some time-limited streams too then. I think that's why I originally did Boss Brush, was to get me to just try and get things down as quickly as possible. Trying to stop agonizing over the details. And then I made the Executioner's Chariot, and it all fell apart. So that's that. Odin. Oh god. Oh no, I do have to draw a horse. Oh bugger. It's a six-legged horse, so I get a little bit of leeway. One of my favourite things about Odin, you get him as a summon. And there are two attacks that Odin can do. Either he can ride in on his horse and just slice the enemy up into pieces, immediately killing them. Or he can, if the enemy can't be killed like that, like a boss or something, then he can... he comes in with a lance and throws a lance at them. But there's no animation for the lance throwing. He just sort of turns up with his arm like this. And the spear is just there, and it just slides across the screen from there to there. It's just very funny. He's just holding his arm there. I know that doesn't quite work with me just explaining it, but whatever. Quick horse. For a full animation to help us understand, absolutely. There you go. And it also makes the noise beep, which is not quite what you expect from Look at his tiny sleep now. No. He's munching on some hay. Cool. 41. Modern. Well, 2 minutes until the end of the normal stream. And we haven't even entered the final area yet. How many are in the final area? Could we get to 50? I can't remember any more off the top of my head. Okay, well, in that case, let's just jump to the final area. Califistieri. Fortunately for me, she is mostly obscured by a big old ball. I believe she's also naked, but she's behind an orb, so it's fine. This is a wood sprite. I don't know if she has wings. Can you give her wings? Simple. 42. Califistieri. Next, a panda. Disappointingly, not actually a panda. It's just... Can't even remember how I drew it. Remember Biblos? It's Biblos, but angrier. He's also in a book, turns out. Yeah, I'm gonna give you good feet. Yeah, I'd love to see the product if anybody wants to try doing something like this, like really quick drawings of lots and lots of different things. I'd love to see the results. You probably won't want to show the results. That's why I did it on stream. I don't have any choice. You want a tail? Sure. This is the panda. Yeah, there's not much to say. This is a colour swap of Biblos. That's nice. 43. Panda. We have now officially moved past the record for the number of bosses drawn in one stream. Even though we're also moving past the deadline for the stream. 44! Apocalypse. We're getting to those bosses now. The ones called Apocalypse. You don't know enough about games to do a boss rush. You don't have to do a boss rush. Draw a bunch of characters from a show or something. Just really quickly. Okay, so Apocalypse is a bit weird. Yes, hello. This is Nightmare Fuel. You're welcome. It's called Apocalypse for nothing. It's also called Azul Magia. On the plus side, though, this is one of my favourite boss fights to encounter in a randomizer because you can make them explode. You can just make them explode themselves. Actually, I think it's like proper like. I seem to remember there being like poking a foot out. But, yep, it's one of my feet. They are the king of the blue mages. Blue mages being things that learn magic from monsters. He's like, I will learn any blue magic you throw my way. So if you cause one of your characters to explode using the bomb thing, he will go, I can do that too, and then explodes. It's very fun. Oh no, hang on, I do seem to recall he has a walking stick. That is dumb and amazing. It's wonderful. Again, most of the bosses in this game are puzzles. Yeah, so this is Apocalypse. Well, now that we've done Apocalypse, where could you possibly go from a naming convention from Apocalypse? That's right, Catastrophe. So Catastrophe is a friend. They are mostly tentacles. Worryingly, tentacles of different lengths. I'm assuming they just hover. I don't think they have legs. Maybe just more tentacles. And then just one unsettling eye. I'm going to imagine his bloodshot. This is fairly accurate, to be honest. You might think this looks a bit weird. In which case I've done my job. More Nightmare Fuel, yes. I want this to a cute version. Yay. "45. Catastrophe. Next. Looks like somebody said something truly soul crushing. Next is, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I will remember it as we go, I'm sure. Halicarnassus, that's it. Halicarnassus is the king of the Castle of Death. As you do. And he's doing a fashion show. Yep, Halicarnassus, very That's not a lasso. Very flamboyant looking. And the first thing they do in the fight is they just turn you into frogs. And laughs while doing it. Probably some heals going on as well. Yeah, I believe in the original it is the King of Death, but in Final Fantasy XIV, which brings back a lot of things, they made the Queen, so they made a female version purely because of the more overt flamboyantness of the design. Hooray! We win. But we're not done yet. Have to battle them on the catwalk, competing for the best walk and turn. 46. Ooh. Hallie. Ooh, that's Carmen. Nessus, I think. Something like that. Twintania. Twintania is a blob with a mouth. These are all... The soundtrack includes all of the piano pieces. You can play pianos in every town you go to in the game, and the more you play, the better you get. Very silly. Let's go back to the beginning of the soundtrack. Oh, my wrists. Okay. So Twintania is weird. Twintania basically spends the time in the fight charging up a big old mega flare in its mouth. Ready for it to burst forth. Blarg. I think that's it, really. It's not a very interesting design for what may very well be your penultimate boss. It's tricky, though. This is another one that can be instantly killed, because as soon as it opens its mouth, you can just, you know, immediately kill it, because just let its defenses down. Yeah, so this, I don't know, also don't know why it's called Twintania. Just is. 27. Twintania. I think that's a really important boss I've missed, but that doesn't matter. Necrophobe. This is an optional boss. It's a bit weird. I don't know what it is. It looks, I don't know, it looks weird. This is sort of floating person thing. Might have a cape. Probably has a cape. A lot of things at this point in the game have a cape. We're almost at the final boss, by the way. This is the last optional boss. Or the last boss that isn't the final boss. And is optional. It's afraid of the dead. Got it. Yeah, to the point where it has some little screaming heads. And these keep it invincible for some reason. But then you attack them and then you can defeat it. Also, if you did the last fight with Gilgy, he pops up as a little cameo. Hey. How you doing? This friend is adorable. I would happily have the Adventures of Gilgy. They're a good time. They're not a villain. They just like fighting. You know, like he gets sad when he finds out that somebody in the game died. He's like, oh I was enjoying fighting then. Oh well, we can fight you instead. So he just wants to fight. He doesn't want to kill anyone. Now get back in your reality hole. Yes, right. Last couple of bosses. Oh, sorry, hang on. I forgot the name. 48. Necrophobe. Here's the question. What happened to all the other bosses? I said there were 53. We're going to have 50. I'm fine with 50. First things first. Poop tree. We're going to do cartoon, aren't we? Spoilers for the end of the game, by the way, in case you want to play this yourself. So there's another mouth over here. Yeah, do you remember me saying that Exdeath was a tree? Turns out he is a tree. And after some story shenanigans, he turns into a mega tree that just stretches out, just sort of off into the distance. This is all like bark and stuff. Yeah, and it just really, the color palette, the shape, it just really resembles a turd to me. Also, I've just realized I've got to draw the final boss. I have literally no idea how to draw the final boss. Why did I not think of this before? Well, we'll work it out. Not a fan of this shape. I know. It's just, in general, it's just, I don't like it. One of the worst things about Final Fantasy V. Number 49. This is Exdeath. AKA Tree. Exdeath. AKA Ted. So that's Ted. There's a platform over there. He's burst out of his armor. This is the remnants of his armor. Gilgamesh knows how to fight, just doesn't seem to know how to win. That's very accurate. And the final boss. Okay. Right. As is typical in Final Fantasies, the final boss is just a mess. It's just an amalgamation of stuff. Yeah, so I seem to remember there's something like a bit up here. So, hi, I'm the head. I'm the head bit. I'm the bit that punches you in the face. And then that's sort of connected to just a mass of stuff. In and amongst that mass is like a weird sort of lion head thing, a tiger head. Yeah, all the fun ones are done, by the way. This is just chores at this point. This is the thing that does Grand Cross, and Grand Cross is a very annoying move. So have you met my dog? I got here's a cross. And it's a very good one. Yeah, I literally don't know what's going on with the rest of this. I think there's like a face over here. It's just like a swirling mass of stuff that's constantly jittering around the screen, so you can't really get a good look on it. I'll give it a wing, why not? I'm gonna put like a bull down here. Bull bullish. I'm going purely on feeling now rather than visuals. What I feel like these things are. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's probably like another wing up here. This is a feathery one. And probably an angelic sobbing woman. Because Final Fantasy. Honestly, no idea what this design is. It's just nonsense. On the plus side, they had the good grace to have it just sort of end over here somewhere. So that it took Chimera Brain and just added more bits. Pretty much, yeah. What is art if not drawing what you feel? If this is what you feel, you probably need to seek professional help. I recommend it. Remember, you do not have to suffer to make art. You can turn your suffering into art if you so desire, but always seek help if you need it. Otherwise, this might happen. I want to show you this sprite because I don't know what's going on with it. Like what is this? I got the kind of bit. I forgot about the woman at the front. Apparently, I got the skeleton face. Didn't even remember that. There's several heads going on, not just the dog. More inexplicable women. A fin at the bottom, apparently. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I blame Nomura. That looks like a tapestry. It's got the colours of Amano. Oh, but okay. Apparently, this is Amano's drawing of it. Again, looks nothing like the finished product. Oh, it's big. Looks like a horse. I don't know. This could have worked. Could have made that work. Actually, looks like Odin. Odin and Sleipnir got combined. Ah, no. There's that little friend down here. That is what Nomura saw and went, yes, 7 of those. There you go. It was remade in Final Fantasy 15. It looks just as horrible as it did before. Only now it's 3D. Hooray. Centaur. I'd be happy with the 6-legged centaur. If that's the final boss, sure, go for it. I still don't know what happened to the tree. Like, I guess this is the consequence of what happened when Exdeath was swallowed by the Void, I guess. And we don't really know what the Void is, but I don't think that's what the Void, you know, springs to mind. Pretty cool art, though. Look at that. That looks kind of cool. But at the same time, I wouldn't imagine that as being one thing. Bloody good art, though. Yeah. So this, oh, by the way, I forgot to actually name, this is number 50. We did 50. This is Neo Exdeath. AKA Ned. So yeah. We're 25 minutes over, but a quick rundown of the 50 bosses we drew. There's a big scroll down. We have number 1, Wing Raptor. This is where it started, just a big old bird. Then there was Carl, good Carl. The Siren, who's having a bit of a bad day. We've got Magissa and Forza, who are having a bad year. We've got Shiva, who's blowing you a kiss. No, that's nice. Galura, just grumpy, just a grumpy old Galura. Liquid Flame, who's going, hey, how you doing? Looking hot. Iron Claw, who's up to mischief. Yeah. We have Simba Shanks, who's strong, showing off his muscles. Biblos, who's mean, so I'm going to show them. Then Sandworm, it's like, hi guys, did I miss the party? Then Kevin, who is Carl's brother, good old Kevin. Then the Laura Mux, who's going to zap you if you cut down that tree. You've got Terms of Service. You have the Archaeoavis, the floating snack friend. I like that one, that's good. Timmy, grumpy old Timmy, whole thing. Is it meant to be all the bosses you beat Fuse? Not really. I don't recognise most of them. Peroborus, they don't know what they're doing. They are less intelligent than 1/6 of one of them. There's Titan, he really needs some laxatives. Chimera Brain, that is as yet incomplete. Gilgamesh, look at him go. 21, 22. Technically I drew 49 bosses, but you fight him twice, so it counts. Greg. Good old Greg. Greg is having a hard time. He's lost his skin. Then the Abductor. So, hey, you stole my clothes. The Hiryu plant. And its incredibly annoying children. Gilgi and Enki. Look, he found a friend. Oh, he's got a friend. Then Atomos. He will eat all of your friends. It's just what they do. Shote. Just very heavy head. Oh, I didn't name you. 28. Golem. Who's your friend? Because you saved them from monsters. Technically, you don't fight Golem. You can fight Golem. It's the center of the fight, but there's 2 other random enemies that are there as well. And they're the things you should fight if you want to be friends. I didn't name Carbuncle either. What? How do you spell Carbuncle? Carbuncle? Something like that. Carbuncle. Oh, Atomos. Oh, it fits with this one, to be honest. That works quite well. Gilgi number 4, he's got his cut price Excalibur and a hole in the floor. Some Seal Guardians, they're shining away, being incredibly annoying. Can I just point out, the way the Seal Guardians fight, you might think, oh, mystical magical things going to be doing mystical magical damage. They just punch you. I don't know how, but they just physically attack you. It's weird. They don't look like seals. No, they're guarding the seals. There's lots of seals to be guarded. This is Ed. He changed a bit, didn't he? But hey, there you go. Antlion says hey and hi. It's been hanging out in the ground, and he wants to say hey. There's something under here. He wants to show you. Gargoyles fit perfectly in the world. They guard all of the temples that you go to. Meragine, there's a naked lady with snakes, or should I say snaked. Stalker, pain in the ass. Leviathan he's just having a rotten week. Look at him. Terrible. There's the I hate them triplets. I may have mentioned that I hate them. Go to power. I can't think of a pun. Oh, Ranger is a job in Final Fantasy V. Yeah, Power Rangers, that works. Bahamut. 40. Bahamut. King of the Dragons, saying hi. Suspicious gargoyles. Precious water puppies, yes. There's Odin and Slipnir having a munch. There's Califistieri with her orb. She found an orb. It's very cool. A panda that doesn't look anything like a panda. Just a goat, really. Apocalypse, who is you can literally buy. Who spends the entire fight being smug about how smart they are, and you can use that to your advantage by making them explode themselves. Catastrophe and Catastrophe, the siblings. Halicarnassus showing you how it's done. Twintania just like, hey guys, look what I had for lunch. It's a bomb. Necrophobe and Bonus Gilgi and the Screaming Heads. Look out for their debut album, which is called Turd X Death, or Tree if you prefer. And finally, whatever this is. Ned. Dead and Ned. And that's that. 50 bosses. What did I forget? I'm gonna get up my thing that I have to track when I'm doing randomizers. What did I forget? Yep. Gilg. We're doing alright so far. Antlion, Go-Go, Stalker, stuff. Most Carbuncle, Seal Guardians, Meragine. Oh, Omniscient and Minotaur. Oh yeah, bloody hook thing. What's it called? Fork Tower, that's what it's called. Bloody hell. Odin, Bahamut, Califistieri. Okay, apparently I just missed those. Okay, I will very, very quickly. I've already drawn, so if you remember the Minotaurs that I drew in Final Fantasy VIII draw through, that's in this game. So I've done them. What do we call them? Harold, I think. But I can draw Omniscient. There we go, it's Omniscient. There's a person wearing a rug, you are correct. to show you. That I am not exaggerating. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm not really exaggerating. Pretty much there. I think I got it spot on. Anyway, can't believe I forgot that. Yeah. Again, like Tetsuya Nomura's concept art is just very, very good. But still, Carpet Man. Anyway, I need to stop. It's half an hour over. Half an over hour. Over hour. Yeah. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this mad rush through these doodles. I might actually do some of these properly because I quite like them. I like this format. I like this format of just doing really cartoony ones rather than trying to be accurate. Yeah. So thanks for coming along and indulging in my Final Fantasy V nonsense. I'm far too involved in Final Fantasy stuff at the moment, and I know you're probably sick of it. But hey, we can remedy that with some good old-fashioned writing a JRPG story. There we go. I remembered to change it this time. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm glad. I'm glad people are enjoying things. Yeah. So on Tuesday we carry on with 16 Symbols. We've got some villain stuff going on. You're embracing it by playing FF12. Good for you. One day I'll play that. For now though, 20 more randomizers. Got you to draws, and that's the thing. Yeah. It's good draws. Everyone's doing good draws. Yeah, all good writings and theories and all these sorts of things, ideas. Yeah. So thanks for coming along. Hope you had a grand old time. Tuesday, 16 Symbols. I need to stop this stream because it's going on too long. Have a wonderful time. Thank you very much for being here and keeping me company. I will leave you with Gilgy's theme tune because it's a good time. Yeah. Have a wonderful time. Have a great week. Got a new week ahead. Get some sleep because clocks tell us we shouldn't, and we should. Have a good time. I'm rambling. Have a good time. Bye.